Now it's my great pleasure to introduce one of our co-chairs for the Alumni of Color Network, Bobby Brito Oliveira. Bobby came to URI in 2001 through the Talent Development Program. He received an undergraduate degree and a graduate degree from URI, and he currently serves as the Interim Assistant Director of the Multicultural Student Services Center. He has been a member of ACN for a long time, 13 plus years, and has served as co-chair for the past 6 years. On a more personal note, I have come to know Bobby quite well and am beyond impressed with his ability to multitask, be passionate about everything, and put forth 500% effort at all times. Bobby, take it away.
Can y'all hear me? All right. What's good, everybody? Thank you very much for that introduction, Amy. Just one minor correction. My role is no longer interim. I'm now the permanent assistant director for the Multicultural Student Service Center, but I appreciate you for that amazing introduction. What's good, everybody? Once again, welcome to the Alumni of Color Network new grad event hosted by the Alumni of Color Network in collaboration with the Multicultural Student Services Center. So to our alumni, our faculty, our staff, our administrators, our community members and other guests, welcome. And a special thank you and congratulations to our new grads, the class of December 2020 and May of 2021. Can we please give a round of applause? Woo! All right, so before I introduce the ACN, who we are and what we do, I want to give y'all a quick shout out to our new grads because how far you all made it. You made it despite those who said you couldn't, either to you or behind your back, and I guarantee you a lot of them said it behind your back. I thought it about you. You made it despite the academic obstacles, the personal obstacles, the familial obstacles, the obstacles that come from the communities that we live in. You made it all despite that. You made it in the midst of a global pandemic and a health pandemic. And again, that is nothing to be shaken off lightly. That's something to be very much it's commendable. So I want to thank y'all for representing URI, representing us, representing our people as much as you do and as much as you will continue to do post-graduation. I know the last few semesters of your college career have not been easy. This whole virtual learning thing and trying to navigate the spaces that you were typically used to doing in person. But again, you did it, and all those things are commendable and applaudable, and you have to celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourselves all day with that, safely. Celebrate yourself safely, please. With that said, I wanna encourage you all to consider joining the Alumni of Color Network. As Amy mentioned, I've been a member for some time now. I joined while in graduate school, 2009. I served as special events chair for a while, and for some time I've been serving as co-chair, and I'll introduce my co-chair soon. But again, we strongly encourage you to join us so we can help you and you can help us to uplift each other and build each other, both personally and professionally. Just some information about the ACN. We was founded in 2007 to provide both personal and professional development and advocacy and community building opportunities for alumni of color and our future alumni of color, being that we're trying to really work harder at engaging our current students so they become active alumni at the time of graduation. Some of the benefits of being a member is you'll have the opportunity to connect with other alumni and current students during various events that we host during the academic year and during all year round actually, to build community and through social cultural experiences, to impact the lives of people in our community and mentor members of both our alumni base and our current student base, and also to learn from experiences of those who've been through it already. Again, we build each other up. We don't like to use the word networking so much. That's not what we do. We're more so builders, and that we every time we meet, regardless of whether it's a social, personal, academic, whatever kind of event, a regular fun event, we're always working on building each other up. So I encourage you all to think hard, and don't think too hard. It shouldn't be that hard of a thought. Join the ACN, whether you're a new alum, an experienced alum, please consider joining us and helping us build our network and building our crew. We are strength in numbers, as you see today. So that's a little bit about us, our network, our family, and again, I encourage y'all to participate. Right now, I want to introduce to you a friend of mine of 30 years, a former classmate of mine at Foxman Elementary School, even though I was a couple years ahead of her. An undergraduate peer of mine, spent a lot of times together at URI in our undergraduate experience, and all around a friend turned family member who just happens to be my co-chair. For the last few years, she's been active in the Alumni of Color Network when she moved back to Rhode Island. And she's been a major blessing and a major asset to our family, our network. And so without further ado, I want to introduce my sister, Sarah Montero.
Thank you, Bobby. That is, that's a lot to follow. I just wanted to be here with y'all today to say really congratulations. And Bobby didn't even know that he was going to segue to my message, but he is. And my message is that of timing and time, about trusting timing and time, right? So I left URI feeling like I did not fulfill all of my goals and I needed to find me. That is part of your journey. It starts with you. You are in the middle and you'll be there in the end. And so personal satisfaction through your professional work should be a priority to you. Finding something that is authentically you and allowing your morals and values to perpetuate through the work that you touch and do is your job. And so I come to you today and say, trust time and trust timing. I am back sitting with ACN, and there is nothing more fulfilling than to sit next to people who do not necessarily have time, but make the time to be intentional, to be impactful to their communities, remembering where you come from and sowing those roots because they'll grow you is a real message. And so we come today because we've not lived through light times. We've seen about the worst all together, and we're here. And we trusted time and we trusted timing. And today we sit here to celebrate you all. And you all have lived through the impossible. And so use this year, the past years, all of your life to inform your journey from this point forward, to understand where you're going and to understand that this is home base. When we talk about URI, when we talk about ACN, it's home base. It's a place, it's the judgment-free zone. Don't tell Planet Fitness that, but it's the judgment-free zone. You can always come home to us. There is no shame in returning home. That's a lesson I got through ACN. And so I always encourage you all to be strong, think big, we do, right? That's not just limited to Rhode Island. Wherever you go, carry that message. Whatever you touch, leave it better than you found it. And always come home if you need an embrace, if you need words of encouragement, if you need to remember who you are. This is your home base. And so I say congratulations. I say thank you to the team of people present here today, because it really takes a village, and college becomes demonstrative of that on one place. You have so many people rooting for you, whether it's silent or whether it's verbal, right? Those people don't stop rooting for you just because they don't see you anymore. You're in their thoughts, you're in their prayers and days, and you'll be in mine. And so I encourage you and say congratulations. Please give it up for yourselves. Celebrate yourselves. I celebrate every Friday. You figure out what's your frequency, but celebrate yourself at every point and every turn. Don't wait for somebody to say congratulations. Give yourself a pat on the back. Write yourself an affirmation. Look in the mirror every day and remind yourself of who and what you want to be, because you are in control of your destiny. And so we want to kick it off. And Lauren, we're going to hit it off to our slideshow and just let you see a little bit of what our years look like. I'm going to kick it off to Dr. Mary Grace Almandrez, that has been a great friend to ACN. She's always here to help us encourage you. So I'm going to kick it off. Mary Grace.
Thank you, Sarah, and thank you, ACN. I always love this event and actually all the events that you do for our alumni and for our students. So thank you for the opportunity to address and just say a few words to our graduates. Commencement is my favorite event of the entire academic year, and this year in particular was special. This year, we got to see families celebrating their graduates from the bleachers. We saw faculty members cheering on graduates from the football field, and we got to see our graduates live, moving their tassels from right to left. The most special moment for me was actually watching you, students of color, walk across that stage. And just to give you some context, I was able to attend half of the commencement ceremonies. And with the exception of one, there was no other person of color on that platform except for me. So when I saw students of color walk across that stage, it was particularly special for me because I wanted to be there to honor you and all of the accomplishments that you've made, because I know personally what it took for you to be on that stage. And I also know that you walking across that stage, whether you realize it or not, was a political act, an act of resistance and an act of recognition. And so I wanted to be there for you all to know that I see you. I saw your unwavering commitment to your education to complete all of your requirements for your degrees in the midst of this pandemic, right? You're dealing with both COVID, and we're also dealing with longstanding anti-Black racism, among other forms of oppression. I also saw your sacrifices, your resilience, your perseverance, and I saw your hopes and dreams for a better URI and a better world. There is nowhere else I'd rather be this evening than here with all of you to celebrate you, your accomplishments, and all that you've brought, all the gifts that you've contributed to URI. And so I want to thank you for sharing part of your journey with all of us. And I wish you the best of luck in the future. And thank you most of all for choosing URI. Congratulations, class of 2021. Thank you.
So at this time, thank you, Dr. Almandrez, for your great words and for always supporting the ACN. And for those who don't know, the one and only thank you dinner we have ever had for ACN is something we're hoping to continue. We couldn't because of COVID and all. Dr. Almandrez was our, what was it, Dita? She wanted to walk with a bit supporting the ACN big time. And she had just got to URI. And since she's gotten there, she's always made a point to Amy, what was it called? It was a great award that she wasn't expecting.
The Michelle Fonts Welcome to the Family Award.
Welcome to the Family Award.
I see you, Michelle.
That's what it was called. And it was, even during the short time that Dr. Almandrez has been at URI, she's always made it a point to, even my previous coach here, Winston Wilson, and I were always in our office. She's always calling us and asking us about the issues alumni were having and what have you. Now, Sarah and I being coaches, she's doing the same thing, always trying to hear our concerns, always making it a point to be a listening ear and try to make the changes that we want to see. So thank you, Dr. Almandrez, for always being that sense of support for us, ongoing support that you always provided. At this time, I want to ask some of our committee members, some of them are here with us today, to join us for some motivational words. And the first person I want to call up is one of our newer members who has been very, very active since she's stepped foot in the ACN family, and that's Ms. Gina Miranda.
Yes, thank you, Bobby. Hi, everyone. I'm Gina. I graduated just in 2020 May, so in the beginning of really all of this. So for y'all who finished, I get it. And to choose strength really takes a lot, and I congratulate all of you first of all for that. I wrote my speech down because I'm just that person. So first, if we can all take a deep, successful breath in and a long, successful breath out, because we're here, you know, that's the first thing I think a lot of us kind of forget, is that we're here, like we're present, we're alive, you know, and that itself was a big feat to get through, let alone to complete a degree where a lot of hope was lost, you know, and it takes a lot of really like getting into yourself and saying, all right, where is the motivation? Second, if any of y'all thought you weren't strong enough, smart enough, or able enough before this journey, please write all of those lies down and burn them. Just burn them up like completely, because you just prove to yourself that you possess all of these qualities and more. Regardless if you have tomorrow, you've already won. So there's no need for those lies anymore. And as far as advice or even just words of encouragement, being a recent grad, there's no way to know exactly what's going to happen unless it's happening in that moment. And there can be anxiety that comes with that, sure. But there's also room for excitement, because you get to really build your reality as you see fit, not with what your parents think or what your past has, conditioned you to believe, or what anyone else expects of you, but really what you want to see for yourself, what brings life energy from you. And that may take some time, because it does, and it's not going to happen right away. It takes consistency and perseverance, but it also takes breakdowns, and it takes moments of doubt and fear. And with all of this mixed in, you get to really see who you are, and it's such a beautiful process. So as far as, the next steps go, they're not written unless you write them. And as long as you can bring some hope and faith and trust, like Sarah said, in time and timing, I promise you, everything you see is already happening, and it's just a matter of when. So congratulations, you've done it. This vision is now realized, so go and create more. Congratulations.
We thank you, Gina, for those words. Next, we kick it off to Margarita for some words of wisdom. Dita.
Thank you, Gina. Okay, that was beautiful. You touched on all the important things about knowing yourself and trusting yourself. And for me, as I'm 12 years out of undergrad, that stays here. Bleep it out in the recording, please. But I think about the legacy I get to leave, right? And how I get to change my path as I go. So y'all are graduated, right? You are alum. Welcome to the family. Welcome officially to the family. But I really want you to sit with, what does it mean to live your life as a legacy? What does it mean to kind of unpack your 4 years of college, or where you were even 2 years ago, 5 years ago, and just sit in the glory of it, right? Your ability to be, to exist, to think, right? To be creative, to explore the world, dig in deep in that and reflect on all of those moments and really think about, in 5 and 10, tomorrow, what is it that you want to do every day that leaves a different part of your legacy behind? Who do you want to make sure that you connect with, right? Whether it's quick conversation, an email, or just a hello, or just joining the ACN, coming to our events, right? Just to make those little lines of connection within the URI family and the ACN family, so that you have a network of support, that we're here to be a wall that you can lean on, or a door that needs to be open, right? So please join us. We are so, so proud of you. You are joining so many folks who are on the other side and are part of the ACN and the larger URI community. Congratulations.
We have another long-term member of the ACN who joined the same time as me, and that is Mr. Corey Fernandez.
Thank you, Robbie. So let me first say congratulations to everybody, all of our graduates who are on the call. I know that it's been a long, long year, and making it through what we made it through kind of seems like at the time it would be impossible. But now that you're here, I just want to say congratulations. Welcome to the land of alumni. I'm not going to share how long ago I graduated. So Margarita, you're going to hold that one by yourself, but I will, I did have a little bit of a message that I wanted to deliver to the graduates, because I think it's important to have more of a larger perspective right now. And that, for me, that theme was the power of people. And, I grew up in restaurants. My father opened a bunch of different restaurants around Rhode Island, Hemingway's, Capitol Grill, Ocean Express. The older folks will remember some of these restaurants. And my father always led with the mantra that it's never about me. And so I tried to figure out what would be my mantra or my theme as I move into higher ed. And for me, it's people, right? Service of people, but the power of people. And so I just encourage all the graduates to think about the power of people that we've seen demonstrated in the last year. And if we think about what we've been through, we looked at how we saw a nation of people move this entire nation to think about the safety of their neighbors. Right? We moved the nation's educational system online fully for all of our citizens. We moved the nation to think more deeply about justice, equity, reparations. We also moved the university towards equity for all of its people, all the people that are here, particularly at our university, right? And so we also have to recognize that people aren't perfect. And we have a lot of work to do. So the power of that, of the people, we need to move towards those things as well. We need to move our institution to think about how we hire more people, how we admit different people, how we graduate more people, how we assign true equity to all human beings, right? That's something that's important in terms of equity, right? We also have to keep believing in the power of people. So I'm encouraging you to hold people accountable. Commend the growth that they demonstrate for you, understanding that because people aren't perfect, there's always room to grow. Commend them for that, right? Challenge the people to do more than show up. Challenge them to act, right? But more importantly, the most important thing that I want you to take away from this is love people through it all, right? That's the one tie that binds us, is our humanity. And if we can demonstrate more love and we can act with love in our hearts and love in our actions, love in our behaviors, I think we'll understand the true power of people. And so more than anything, aside from this graduation, I just want to say power to our people. It's our community that's come here to celebrate all the graduates, and there's power in that. And I want you to hold on to that in all the times that you'll face after here. So power to our people. Congratulations.
Thank you for that, Corey. Christina, you with us?
I am here, but unfortunately I'm driving, so I just want to make sure that I'm safe and be able to pay attention to the road. But congratulations to all of the graduates.
Thank you for that, Christina. And then we're gonna kick it. We're gonna kick it to Brother Tolu for a word.
Thank you for that, Sarah. I mean, it's always the gift and the curse of going last, because I honestly don't want to repeat what Gina said, what Margarita said, what Corey said, all beautiful words. So keep my comment short. Well, number one, congratulations to everybody. I graduated in 2011. So, well, what are we, 10 years out? So I know the excitement, joy, fear of graduating and stepping into a new life or into a new part of your life. And like Corey said, what Gina said, what Margarita said, all rang true, from believing in yourself, trusting yourself, embrace the unknown, build the community, all that is well and true. But also, with this crazy year that's been happening, I really want you guys just to really enjoy this moment and be happy in this moment that you completed a goal that a lot of folks, quite honestly, don't complete. I know plenty of people that I started college with that I didn't end college with because of whatever reason. So just leave y'all with that one thing. I want y'all to really enjoy this moment. Be happy, be celebratory with your friends, obviously stay safe. But yeah, really enjoy this moment and take it all in, because you have the rest of your life to plan out your goals, to go through the trials and tribulations, and that's like 70, 80, 90 years, you know? So right now in May of 2021, really want you guys just to enjoy the summer, celebrate, and yeah, stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Brother Tolu. At this point, I'm gonna share with you all some information about our annual Alumni of Color Network panel. It's unfortunately been on pause for the last 2 years by way of our unfortunate pandemic, but we are hoping, God willing, to be back in full force and in person for the 2022 spring semester. Just to give you some background on the panel, I can think back to when I started in the ACN and it being in a small room in the I believe it was in the Ryan Center when I first came around. It's like around 2008, 2009, and just seeing the potential of how many students of color we had on campus compared to how many students knew about the ACN and what we do and what we should be doing, especially not only with our alumni base, but with our future alumni. Again, the purpose of engaging our future alumni is to become active alumni of color. And seeing to be like 15 people in a room to then the following year recruiting so heavy to where we were at 75 and we had to move it from out of that small room, the Ryan Center, to the Galante Lounge and upstairs portion of the library. And everybody was so happy about that, like myself included. But to me, that just wasn't enough. You know, again, the amount of students we see, students of color on campus, we need to expose the ACN and our resources and our alumni base to our current students. And then the years following, we started maxing out the Union Ballroom, where there was some of the 250 something students in the ballroom, students in alum, but majority being students of color, and having the opportunity to listen to and engage with alumni of color, not only those who were on the panel, but those who were able to come and serve as resources in the audience, learning from their challenges, learning from their successes, both as students of color and then as professionals of color, and the things that we go through on a day-to-day basis. There have been students, scholars in the audience who have done internships off of that on the panel, job opportunities, mentors out of that panel. And unfortunately, like I said, it was very devastating, especially last year when it got cut, because we had everything planned. We had our panelists all lined up, 3 of whom were coming from out of state, flying in for this panel. And I'll be honest, it was very devastating. This year, I kind of expected it. But again, by the grace of God, next year, we're going to have it in person again. And today we have 2 of our 2022 panelists with us. And again, these 2 folk committed back in 2020 to being on the panel. Again, we had to put it on hold 2020, put it on hold 2021, but they're here with us this evening. And they're going to also give you some words of encouragement. And the first one is a friend of mine, John Brittle. John Brittle, please take the mic.
Thank you, Bobby. So first off, I would like to congratulate the class of 2020 as well as 2021, and just let everyone know that I'm looking forward to being on the panel in 2022 with all the vaccinated students, because we know not everyone wants to get vaccinated. So I graduated in 2011 from University of Rhode Island. I was studied civil and environmental engineering. I also want to shout out Chuck. I do see him here as a NSBE, National Society of Black Engineers advisor. That was a real big part of my time at URI. And I also graduated from Shea High, from any Pawtucket people here. So I'm going to keep it brief because I think a lot of people who have spoken already have hit on a lot of points, but I just wanted to hit on 3 quick points. I wrote these down here. One of them that has helped me, these have all helped me, so I'm just speaking from my own personal experiences. Number 1 is be rooted in your community. I think giving back to your community will give you strength in the long run. Sometimes we don't like to volunteer, but when you do those things to help others and help others reach their goals, it does allow you to grow as an individual and, like I said, help others. So always be rooted in your community, whether that is through nonprofits or just talking to your neighbor, knowing what's going on around you. Another one is be your authentic self. This is something that I've tried to do throughout my time at URI as well as my professional life. So don't feel like you need to be someone else to succeed. If you need to do that consistently, I think people will recognize that you're not being your authentic self and it won't allow you to succeed. So always be your authentic self. If you're in a space or a position that you feel like you cannot be your authentic self, reevaluate that and see why that is. And then see if you need to make a move or you need to just have discussions with people around you in order for you to be your authentic self. And the last one is be mindful of where you want to grow and put your energies towards that goal. Specifically, when I think of being mindful, I'm talking about your mental and physical health. So in the end, that's the most important thing. So if you're not healthy mentally and physically, you can't help others. So once again, congratulations to the class of 2020 and 2021. Looking forward to being on the panel in 2022. That's about it. Thank you, Bobby.
You know, John, appreciate you. Our next panelist who's with us for the 2022 panel, I had a fun fact. She was my counselor when I was in high school. And one day I had not seen her in years. And I was watching the news with my grandfather, God rest his soul. I'm watching the news and Channel 10 featured her. And I'm like, Mavis, I don't know too many Mavises. Now I'm really paying attention. I'm like, oh, that's me. Gotta get her on the panel. I know she's URI alum. I gotta get her on the panel. And I searched Gmail on Google, and I found her email address, and she agreed to stay on the panel. And I thank you, Mavis, for being here with us today. Not only being here with us today, but waiting 2 years after my initial request to still serve on the panel for 2022. Please welcome Ms. Mavis.
Hi, thank you. Thank you. Bobby had to remind me a little bit about our connection because I was like, who is this gentleman emailing me out of the blue? And how did he get my email? And I'm so proud of you and your walk and where you're at. It's so exciting to me to see you shine like this. So well done, sir, well done. And well done to you graduates. This is just such an exciting time. I'm 19 years from where you were. I remember it's been that long. And I was so excited and URI gave me so much. And I still hold the memories and the experiences dear to me to this day. So I'm just very excited to be here, very excited to share this moment with you all. And once again, just well done and congratulations. When I was thinking about some comments to make, I was thinking about, when I graduated, all of the things that were going through my mind. And, I didn't really understand what my assignment was. I didn't know what the assignment was, never mind understand it. And so as I reflect 19, almost 20 years later, I think that for me, the universal assignment was really self-acceptance and self-love. And making sure that I took care of myself through the process of life. And so I offer that to you as something to meditate on as you sort of go through, identifying your career, your pathway, relationships, the ups and downs of this wonderful experience called life, is to really understand that assignment at the end of the day. But what I wanted to share with you from a more practical standpoint, as you navigate what's next for you. I had the fortune of being a lot of firsts as a woman of color. I would say I was sort of a go-getter. So, I never saw limitations for myself. And so even though it seemed so big, I applied to it, I went for it. And through my career, I've had a lot of firsts, which meant that I was usually the only person of color, the only woman of color, also the youngest person in any particular scenario. Sometimes managing people who were 2 times my age and not happy that I was there. And so you're gonna find yourself in some of these spaces. It's gotten a lot better over the last 19 years, but we know where we're at and we hope to get to where we wanna be. But there were 3 things I think when I reflect on this time. One of those first things is knowledge. So I became a student of everything I've ever done, because whether the doors were closed or there were no seats available for you at the table, being a subject matter expert in whatever you do opens doors, opens pathways that you can't imagine. And so be a student, continue to be a student, continue to learn, continue to master whatever it is that you choose to do, because you can't be denied by knowledge. The other thing that's incredibly important, and different people have talked about it, is relationship. So knowledge is a power. Your relationships are also a power, particularly for people of color. Building a network is so key. As you go through your career, as you figure out what you want to do, being able to find a trusted advisor, someone that you can go to talk to, who's going to be able to connect you with other people and other opportunities, is really critically important to your success. And the last thing is influence. And you build influence. Your name is carried in rooms before you even get there, when you have both knowledge and relationship building. So I just wanted to share and have you meditate on those 2 things. And then I wanted to just briefly tell you that you're going to have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Discomfort is growth. And so start preparing yourself now, your head and your heart, for the things that are just not going to work out. Because that is all part of the process to get you where you need to go. And then I also want to say, and I think it's also been mentioned, is remember to pay it forward. To remember to look out for the other individuals who are coming behind you, who are beside you. You're going to need them as much as they need you. So those are sort of my words for you, and I hope that you meditate on them. I am a resource. And so reach out to me. I'm on Facebook and Instagram, and I'm sure Bobby can also give you my email. Reach out. That is part of the gift that I've been given, and part of what I think is my responsibility. So congratulations again. Looking forward to seeing all the rock stars and superstars, and all the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, both Mavis and John. We appreciate you, and we're really looking forward to meeting with y'all in person come March 2022. Thank you both. And hopefully before that. Next up, we have the mother of the ACN, the one who put most of us on. I can speak for myself, Corey and Winston, and say, I remember being in graduate school and just simply walking into her office because she wanted to meet with me. Hearing that, I just joined the CSP program. I entered back to graduate school along same time with Corey and Winston, and from a simple conversation, man, you're joining the ACN, and here's what we're doing, and here's some of your tasks. And I listened, and it changed my life. And I'm thankful for her. I'm thankful for my big sister. And her name is Ms. Michelle Fons-Barrows. Michelle, please step up.
Hello, everyone. How are you? This is so exciting for me. I've talked to many people that are on the call today just to talk about how excited we are to celebrate you. I don't think you understand just how important this moment is to us, not just you, because we know what you went through. We know what this year was like. So we really applaud you and thank you for being here with us. So before I say what I need to say, I want to make sure that we recognize some of the important people that are on this call today. I understand that our provost, Don DeHaze, is here. Yay, Don. Thank you for joining us. I see you out there. Lil, I haven't seen you in a long time in person. Lil, so good to see you out there. I also see Michelle. How you doing, Michelle Nader from our alumni office, and she's the Vice President of Alumni Engagement. Ma Ling, over there in the business school, our dean. Hi, Ma Ling, good to see you. And then Ray Williams, I see you, Ray. Thank you for joining us. And then also, it wasn't on my list, but I also want to make sure, since we're talking about alumni, Amy Simonini and Lauren Tedesco, you both need to get some credit, because you've done a lot of the background stuff, and we love you. You all help us so much during this process, so we appreciate you. We got Jen Riley. I see you over there, Dean Riley. Thank you for joining us. Joshua over in MSSC, Joshua Segui, our director. I hope you're there. I can't see you, but hello there. Gerald Williams, our director of talent development. G, you're representing. Much love. And of course, she's already spoken, but Dr. Mary Grace Almandrez, much love. Thank you for being here with us. We've got some great people on this call. We really applaud you and thank you for being here with us. So now I want to kind of turn to our wonderful graduates. I want to let you know, Bobby talked about it a little bit, but I'm very, very thankful. And I think I see my colleague Chuck Watson out there. What up, Chuck? I see you. Hey. I also want to make sure that we understand that there is a legacy here in the Alumni of Color Network. And I remember back when this all began a long, long time ago. And I heard some of y'all shout out when you graduated and when you had your experiences, Dita. I'm not going there with mine, all right? You all say, I don't want to say, I really don't want to say. But this is a legacy. And you new grads, I want you to make sure that you understand that having a network of connection and support is huge. It is what sustains me in my life to this day. So as you leave URI and you go out into the world, I want you to recognize how important it is to have people in your corner to help uplift and motivate you. I really want you to understand that. So I thank Bobby for the introduction, but I also want to make sure that you understand that the Alumni of Color Network has been around for 15 years. I'm so proud of that. I started in the alumni office, and Michelle, shout out to you. You supported me to make sure that we established the Alumni of Color Network. And I recognize your leadership in that because you allowed it, right? You were like, yes, Michelle, let's get it done. So thank you for that. I always have to remember that because we wouldn't be where we are today without the support of folks, right? I want you all to know that one of the events that we have coming up is going to be Saturday, October 2nd, which is where we have a tent at Rhodeyville. You'll be a new alum, and we would love to see you come out and support us. We're going to be able to be in person. Yes. Come out. Come see us, and let's just have a conversation. Come join us. The Alumni of Color needs new folks to come in and give us new perspective. Help us to think about what else we need to do to support you. That's super important to us. I'm an old head is what I've been told, even though I try to keep it young, y'all. I'm still older and I can only do so much. Y'all are the new folks that we need to have your energy and enthusiasm and help us to know how we can serve you better, because that's what we're here for. So I just want you to kind of recognize that. And so join us to start thinking about what we can do for you and we can do to serve and support you and what you're about to go endeavor out in the world, and give us your perspective and let us know what we can do to support you. Help us to do that. So first 10, there's the challenge. So we really hope you join us in that. So other than that, I want to start by saying, I want to say cheers to you. Because I was on the road traveling, I don't have my drink right now, but I really want to make sure that everyone out there that has their drink, it can be water, it can be wine, whatever it is for you, grab it right now. Go and get yourselves a drink, because this is your time. We want to celebrate you. So I want you to lift the glass. I'm looking. I don't see many glasses in the air. I want to see it. Come on now. This is 2021. I want to lift our glass to our pride in being URI graduates of color, and that we did it over this course of this year that was very, very difficult and challenging. I'm so, so proud of you. There are some people on this call, some students that are graduating that are so near and dear to my heart. You know who you are. Much love. I celebrate you. Lift your glasses and cheers, y'all. Much love.